Hello and welcome to this week's edition of CTN Community Update. Quite a sight in parts of Coon Rapids Sunday morning after a line of severe storms swept through the city. It looked more like winter in the eastern part of town with an accumulation of not snow but hail. That hail stripped leaves from the trees and started plugging up storm sewers in some neighborhoods, reaching up to 3 feet in some locations. That's when city crews got creative and decided to call in a plow.
Neighbors are trying to dig the storm grates out, or the hail off the storm grates, so they would, drain. And it got to the point where we couldn't keep up with it. So I called out a couple front end loaders, and finally that was taking too long. So we have a plow truck we keep with wings and plows on all year, and called one of my drivers and said, let's start plowing. I've been with the city for 42 years. We've never ever done anything like that in June, and that's just Mother Nature.
In the days following the storm, public works crews have been working long hours to sweep up all the debris and clean out storm drains in affected areas. Residents with debris from the storm should check with their garbage hauler about options for removal. Otherwise, tree debris can be taken to the compost site on Hanson Boulevard. Sunday's hailstorm caused significant damage at the Loaves and Fishes vegetable farm here in Coon Rapids. Volunteers are now hard at work trying to replace what Mother Nature took away. CTN's Jordan Rylance reports.
This garden is just under an acre and is one of the primary sources for Loaves and Fishes farm-to-table fresh meals. But after Sunday night's storm, the garden is destroyed, leaving volunteers to repair the $10,000 worth of damage.
We lost anything that was harvestable right now. We were planning on harvesting today or yesterday.
This farm in Coon Rapids is one of 4 within the metro that provides fresh vegetables for underserved Minnesotans. Now the crops will be behind 2 to 3 weeks, which will affect the number of meals served this year.
Our goal was for the produce from this garden to be incorporated into 50,000 meals this year. So what that number is going to end up being this year, we don't know.
Of the dozens of crops originally planted, there's little hope of any of them surviving.
No peas and no spinach. Turnips that we were just about to harvest, those are done. Carrots take 2 weeks to germinate, and so we had carrots that were germinating. That's gonna take another 2 weeks until we have that again.
Loaves and Fishes now needs help rebuilding the destroyed farm, and the community has already stepped up to show their support.
The amount of support and phone calls, it's been fabulous, from different nurseries to individuals to some business partners, volunteer groups.
For CTN Community Update, I'm Jordan Rylance.
If you'd like to become a Loaves and Fishes volunteer or make a contribution, you can head to our website, ctncoonrapids.com, where you'll find a link. The annual Summer in the City meetings held at parks across Coon Rapids kicked off this week. Dozens of people gathered at Pheasant Ridge Park on Tuesday night for the event. City staff from various departments set up informational booths and answered questions from residents. The mayor also gave an update on things happening around Coon Rapids. City leaders say the meetings help residents stay connected.
It's a great way for our city staff as well as our council members to be able to get out into the community and interact with people, because a lot of times it's a short phone call or a voicemail or an email, and it helps to try and bring the heart to our community of we're here to serve you and be able to connect with the citizens.
In addition to informational booths, kids and adults are able to check out a police car, fire truck, and some heavy equipment from the Public Works Department. Free ice cream is also handed out. 3 more neighborhood meetings remain this summer. You can find the dates and times on the city's website, coonrapidsmn.gov. A fire lit up the night sky in the northern part of the city this week, but it wasn't an accident. Firefighters intentionally burned an old home along Main Street to the ground as part of a training exercise. CTN Steve Antis was there.
This is my first time, so it's pretty exciting.
In the Shenandoah neighborhood off of Main Street, some just had to get a closer look.
It's real life training, real life fire.
It's rare to see the Coon Rapids Fire Department train staff using a vacant house and live fire.
So they're getting a little more seasoned, a little more experience.
Assistant Fire Chief Aaron Johnston leads the training of 17 firefighters.
So we start off with a level 2 fire, which means you start on the outside of the building, do a 360 or a walk around as it's called, and then you go in, so you try to locate the fire. A level 1 fire is you sit in the room They start the fire so you can see how it builds and how it rolls over your head, then you put it out.
Straw is difficult to put out because it's everywhere.
Fire Inspector Shannon Moen shares his thoughts with one of 4 teams that rotate through the training, learning techniques like hydraulic ventilation.
So you use the water and the force and the pressure of the water coming out the window to create an effect that sucks the smoke out with it.
I got 2 fulls right here.
Inexperienced firefighters on probation have a red dot on their helmet. For them, this moment is truly trial by fire.
This one's really cool because it's really intimate with our department.
Firefighter Anthony Taverberg has only been out of the fire academy for 1 year.
When I personally went into, we actually had the door closed, so when you walked up to it, there really wasn't a lot of heat. So as I walked up to it, the door actually self-opened. It's kind of funny. And it just shot out right at us.
There's a couple over there. See, they're spraying their hose.
Even though the chances of your home catching fire are low, it's good to know your fire department is prepared.
So it's all about just getting the wet stuff on the red stuff.
Steve Antis, CTN Community Update.
Live burn trainings like this are rare in Coon Rapids. This particular home was donated to the city so firefighters can be better prepared in the event of an actual structure fire, especially where victims are involved. A Coon Rapids police officer and his canine partner, on the job for just a year, are at the head of their class. This week, Officer Kim and his partner Ike won the first place award for Rookie Dog Team in the U.S. Police Canine Association Region 12 Trials. The USPCA Region 12 represents Minnesota, Wisconsin, North Dakota, South Dakota, along with Manitoba, Canada. Ike was donated to the Coon Rapids Police Department in late 2015 and was put into service last summer. We have an update on a story we told you about last fall involving a Coon Rapids girl and her Silver Award project for Girl Scouts. Kayla Langworthy came up with the idea of building a little free library near the entrance to Northdale Middle School. Well, last weekend, she received her Silver Award during a special ceremony at St. Catherine's University. A Silver Award is the highest honor a Girl Scout cadet can receive. Kayla, who is an avid reader herself, hopes the library will inspire other kids to pick up a book or 2. Well done. That's going to do it for our show today. Thanks for watching. Join us right back here again next week.